Here they come.
Incoming hostile. Charge exposed.
Not today.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Is he dead?
What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. Today we're going to talk about SHD Exposed and the build I'm going to try out here live on this video with you guys, just to see if it's any good. We're on heroic, we're on all 5 directives, because otherwise what's the point? We're going to see if we can rack up them stars, because we want the exotic caches from the reward vendor. So we're going to nip around here to this resource convoy, and we're going to see if we can nip him off and interfere, and we'll do a couple of open world events, and we'll just kind of try the build out. Now the idea with SHD Exposed is that you take a lot of incoming damage and you kind of do cover to cover or whatever, so that you can basically then do a lot more damage yourself, but really the key to it really is just to get them dead as quick as possible, and then you don't take any incoming damage. So the build we're on today is kind of perfect for that. So we're going to strategically place ourselves where we can get one of these guys like this. We're going to use cool skills and all the rest of it, so we're going to have decoys and stuff up as well. We're not so bothered about him at the moment. If he's just chilling like a villain, that'll do nicely for us. Oh, he's alive over there, that's why. What's up, bro? Oh, yeah, man, he snagged me.
Charge exposed.
Can't take much more of this.
And if we do a cover to cover now, we'll get rid of the exposure.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Kind of perfect for this build, because we can just cover to cover to cover to cover to cover. We did lose our stacks though, which is a little bit concerning. Please don't bomb me, I don't like it. There's no way that didn't get him then. There we go.
Charge transfer initiated.
Here we go.
Here they come.
Incoming hostile. Charge exposed.
Not today.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Is he dead?
And it's as easy as that. He was going to get him dead. Now, some might say that was a fluke. So what we'll do is we'll do some other things as well. Just before I show you the build and run over the build. You can skip to the build at the end if you want. But let's just go through this. Let's have a look on the map, see what we've got. So we've got close by. We should have a world event or something fairly close by. I say, well, let's nip and do that. The kind of like doing round tidal basin. They have a lot of the really good public executions and stuff. So a lot of XP, because they give really the best time and best bang for your buck. And because we can't constantly use our white death, having the SHD exposed, you know, kind of damage bonus is really, really nice. So if you can kind of trade them off a little bit, you know, save the cover to cover until you're pulling out your pistol, you'll definitely pay dividends there as well. All right, so is this going to be just in this area here? Have we got any bullets in our white death? Yeah, we've got 50 now. Nice. I could have swore it's usually in this area here. Where is it at? Is it through to the next area? Yeah, okay, yeah. This is a great area generally if you're running, you know, SHD farming. Alright, so we're gonna chill here. Try and get a headshot off the rip. Nice. Get rid of him because he would be a pain.
What do you see?
There was a high end. Oh, there is.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Not sure where they come from in this one, so we're going to chill at the back. Where they spawn, it seems.
I'll deal with that.
But like I said, you know, quick kills, and you'll be fine.
Enemies flanking.
And that's it. That's going to be another pretty much big bolt of XP coming in. Watch the XP meter.
The last one. Check those bodies.
Get that, almost an entire level. Right, okay, so I think I proved the point with this build. I am going to do a couple of builds for this, because I know this build doesn't really lean to everybody's likes. I know it's a very controversial type build, you know, because it involves using a pistol and it involves using the white death. The M700 works really well with this as well. It is pretty awesome. Right, okay, so we're going to get to the specialization, and we're going to just take sharpshooter, obviously, because we get the bonuses here. You see the 15% increased weapon stability, reduced recoil, all really good. And then we also get the headshot damage as well, which is great. Definitely worth taking this. I mean, you could take gunner to kind of counteract these, if you want to, you know, because obviously we start with no ammo because we're using all the directives. So if you want to counteract the directive, you could take gunner and miss out on this, because we have got a lot of damage, so you don't really miss out too much on these. But that's, again, totally up to you. Depends how comfortable you are with using a pistol. When it comes to guns, I've already mentioned it a little bit, but the white death is definitely king here. If you can put any expertise on it as well to get that up, that will definitely help. It really doesn't matter. The bonus you get from going cover to cover from exposed is great anyway. We're not going to be able to punch them because we're running heroic 5 directive, but so think about that. But you want determined on the bottom. Determined works as we want it to. They seem to be able to be leaving this for us right now, so it's great because it means we can chain head kills to body shots. So definitely pick this up and you know, use this gun. An M700 you can craft though at the bench. If I just go over to the bench and have a look, and that would work well as well, and you would get some extra bullets in the mag. So if we were to have a look here, if you're lucky enough to have the white death blueprint as well, like from Descent, you'll be able to just craft one as well. But we can go down here and have a look. The M700 carbon replica, I like this one. It's really good. You could go with the M700 model if you wanted to as well. That would work just as well. The tactical 308 kind of works. It does fall off on damage a little bit, but if you put some expertise in there and you use the SHD bonus, you know, kind of wisely, that would work as well. So let's move on to the gear. First up, get yourself a punch drunk. I think probably everyone's got one of these by now. It's been around a long time. It comes with 20% pistol damage for when we're using the pistol. You've got weapon damage, headshot damage, weapon handling, and headshot damage in the mod slot. Next up, we're going to go for the chain killer. I would prefer to have weapon handling instead of critical hit damage on it, just for extra reload help, so it reloads a little bit quicker, but totally dependent on what you've got. I've got crit damage, headshot damage, and we're going to take perfect headhunter just to help give us a huge amount of bonus damage. It's really good. If you're really fancy and you don't want to run this and you've got a HG double red chest piece, it does a little bit of extra damage, a tiny amount because of the 15% headshot damage here as well. I've got one with weapon handling, headshot damage, and headhunter, but this one's really hard to get. Definitely not something that's just easily available. And if you compared it to the chain killer, you can see here that after killing an enemy with a headshot, your weapon hits for 30 seconds, deals an additional 150% damage. It's only 125 on the normal version, but when the damage is capped to 800% of your weapon's extra damage, it's raised to 1250 on both if you have the greater than 150%, which I think that is where everyone's going to be sitting at, making that the HG one will just edge ahead a little bit with the 15% headshot damage. If you're hitting in the head, remember, as well. But obviously as well, we're going to be being counted as headshots with determined, so that works out there as well. Let's move on. Now, you don't have to use this. I use the Dodge City for the initial shot, just so that you can get that extra bonus damage and hopefully get the kill with one tap, which kind of gets the whole process going. So it's kind of nice to have this in your corner. But you could use something else here. You could use a Walker Harris with headshot damage or something like that if you didn't want to use the Dodge City, because obviously it is very specific to what it actually does, but it does come with weapon handling, headshot damage, and weapon damage, which is great as well anyway. So I kind of think, you know, why not? I think this is the piece to definitely take here. The extra 5% weapon damage from the brand set bonus from Walker. I think this is because quick draw is just worth it, right? To get the whole thing going, and it can also pull you out a bit of a hurry situation as well. So get yourself one of these, get it maxed out. Next two pieces are really easy to get hold of as well. They've been around a long time. Fox's Prayers with headshot damage. That's what you want here. Then we're going to go with Contractor's Gloves with headshot damage as well. And then a piece that's available in the vendors this week if you've not got one. You can use a regular Providence, but why would you when you can get the named one and show off and be all fancy? You want a headshot gift. Headshot and weapon handling will be optimal with headshots in the mod slot. Increased weapon damage by 25%. Taking damage disables the buff 3 seconds. But we're killing them as quick as we possibly can. And that's the drill, right? We're going to get everything dead as quick as we can. And then maximize the bonus from Exposed. So go and pick one of these up from the vendors. Check out my vendor reset video if you have not already. If we're going to look at the stats, you can see here we got a whole 290% headshot damage. You can buff this up a little bit if you like to play scoped in. You can change the scope on the White Death, but we'll get to that in just a second. Everything else really doesn't matter. We know we've got armor damage and we've got damage to target out of cover as well from the Contractors and the Foxes, which is really nice. And if we go into this as well, you can see here I've chose for accuracy on the bottom and the 5% weapon damage from the Stiff Integrated Spring. And I've gone with the hollow sight because I prefer hitting with this. I mean, if you really wanted to, I mean, you could go accuracy if you wanted a bit more accuracy. If you felt like you needed a bit more, you could go crit chance, and then you could go with one of the big scopes for extra headshot damage. Totally up to you and how you like to play. We've got enough damage. It just really is dependent on how you like to play. That's going to be it for the build. If you want to see it all, here it is. Skills, I went with the Defender drone and the decoy. Super useful because it basically just gives you enough of a chance to distract them so that you can just get them dead really quickly. I mean, you could go with the assault drone as well. That's great at kind of putting them off and taking the hit away from you as well. So it's a couple of options there as well. But that's going to be it for the video. I hope you're enjoying Exposed. I'll put out a couple of other builds for Exposed as well. You really don't have to play like this. You can play pretty much any way you want with Exposed. It's a pretty good event for racking up some stars. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, agents. Goodbye.